Hey everybody, welcome back to Sports Live here in Madison County for Wednesday, November the 15th. Make sure to like and follow Sports Live at Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. Like and follow. Television services are provided by Abundant Hope Naturals in Southern Hills Plaza, Snappy Tomato Pizza up on Big Hill Avenue, and Prewitt & Sons Auctioneering, and kymedia.net. We've got Coach Wells and his pregame press conference this week, folks, for the upcoming football game Saturday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome to Madison County Sports Night Live on Madison County School Sports Television. Television production services brought to you by Abundant Hope Natural Smoothies. Best tasting healthy smoothies in Madison County. Snappy Tomato Pizza in Richmond on Big Hill Avenue. Pizza, wings, subs, and more. And by Prewitt & Sons Auctioneering. Need it sold? Get Prewitt & Sons Auctioneering. Now, on to today's Madison County Sports News. Hey everybody, welcome back to this Sports Live edition of Madison County School Sports Television. Make sure to like and follow us on Facebook, and it's Wednesday, November the 15th. Our television services are provided by Abundant Hope Naturals in Southern Hills Plaza, Snappy Tomato Pizza up on Big Hill Avenue, and Prewitt & Sons Auctioneering and kymedia.net. Coming up next, folks, we have Coach Wells and his pregame press conference this week to talk about Week 11 coming up with the big football game this Saturday. What he's got also brought in some players, so watch this pregame press conference.
Not happy with our results from this weekend. I thought our young man came out and played extremely hard, battled a really good football team that's playing for a conference championship this weekend. We wish we would have been, but it ended out the way it ended. Again, really proud of our players, our coaches, and putting ourselves in those situations. We've got to continue to work this week on a way to finish and win the game. But, for us to play the way we played in a senior day game against a really good opponent says a lot about the character of this football team and the character of these young men. And just really proud of them. And I know the results are not what we want and what everybody wants, but we'll continue to fight this weekend as SFA comes in here, who's a really good football team. I know the record does not indicate that, but that doesn't always indicate how good you are as a team, as I feel like we know. And so, we'll have a fight on our hands, and I'm sure it'll be another 60-minute game. So with that, I'll open it up for any questions. They want to win for themselves. They want to win for each other. They want to win for EKU. And it's, I think anybody that watches any game we play, it's not a lack of effort. It's not a lack of talent. It's just a lack of some certain things not happening. And, some of that, you can always turn the finger back on you. When you point a finger, there's threes coming back your way. And so, that starts with me. And so we'll address everything we need to address and do what we think's best for the program and for the university in the off season. But right now we're just worried about making that ball bounce really high for EKU this weekend and getting a win. And it's funny, you talk to everybody or you hear everybody talk or whatever you want to call it. Every game we've played in since Kentucky's been a four-quarter game. Everybody wants every game to be a blowout. So do I. It's not going to be that way. And that's fine. Expectations aren't what we worry about as much as the expectations we put on ourselves. But we have to figure out a way, like in the Western Carolina game, the Austin Peay game, the Central Arkansas game, the Gardner Webb game, to find ways to finish the game out. The Gardner Webb game, you understand, because we had some turnovers and we did some things that hurt ourselves. The other games, we pretty much just played really good football teams and didn't come out on the way we should come out. And that's part of the process of building your program, building your culture. These young men that are seniors that are on this call don't want to hear that. They want to hear wins. And they deserve wins. And we've got to find that way to figure that out. But we can't let Central Arkansas and Austin Peay beat us, 3 times and take that into the SFA game. So we have to flush it, move forward, and worry about this move. This group of guys have helped lead us back to the playoffs last year, to a conference championship last year, into new conferences through COVID. The list goes on of what they've had to battle in their time here. And it kind of is resemblance of what they do on the field as far as never quitting, always pushing through, battling through it all, and understanding that the adversities that come with football and come with life. And, I love these guys. I'm forever grateful for them to being colonels. Each and every one of them differently has affected our program. And, and you just look at the 3 guys on this, Mo struggled through a knee injury last year, was really coming on, and then got the knee injury, struggled through that, and it's come back this year to help us. Not been the time that he wanted here, how he wanted it, but he's worked his tail off to help us. You got Logan, who's come in and really made a difference in our defense, and is the leading tackler, and infused some things into our defense. It's really helped and got our defense better as far as improvement this year and some things. And such a really good football player and good person that, those are the type of transfers you want to bring in because we brought in so many with this COVID situation that through both of them being transfers, they're both committed guys. And I think they'll both have a piece of EKU in them for a long time. And then Parker, Parker is, in my opinion, one of the top 3 players to ever play here. And in my opinion, he's the top because of what he's done for our program since I've been here. But I also know there's a lot of great players that have been here, and I don't want to disrespect anybody because I haven't been around EKU football, for the whole, like Coach Kidd was. And so, but he should always be mentioned with the greats. And, if there's any, he'll be the first to tell you there's 10 other guys out there helping him every play. But if there's any indication of who Parker McKinney was, it was, negative 3 yard line, 97 yards to go with however a minute and 13 seconds, whatever it was left on the clock. And we go down and score.
How are you guys able to handle with the players in the locker room, keeping everything focused? I mean, you still got the game left. So what's that process of keeping everybody focused coming into this final week?
Well, I think probably our players and you guys hear it more than us coaches, because we walk in here early in the morning and leave here late at night and do everything we can to work well. I understand the frustrations. I understand the position I'm in. I understand the position our coaches are in. That's college football. Everybody wants instant gratification. Heck, they just paid somebody $77 million who has a 65% winning percentage and, is going to win 8 games this year to walk out the door. I think people need to understand we're not in that situation. Not that it's not important. I don't mean it like that. And their opinions are their opinions, and they're very much entitled to them. They pay their ticket. They can scream at me. I hope they leave our players alone. I hope they don't, take it to that level. It's good that we have spoiled fans. I think that's a positive thing because that means it cares. No offense. I've been a lot of places and I've had a lot of fans come after me. And, we've had success and we've had failures. And, in the end, how do I say this? their opinion is not going to affect how I coach the football team. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but those fans don't have a relationship with Parker McKinney, Mo Edwards, and Logan Blake. They're not going to affect what we try to get accomplished on Saturday. And I think you saw that this past Saturday. You know, we had a heartbreaking loss against Austin Peay. And these guys came out and played with energy and enthusiasm and physicality and took the number 24 team in the nation to the brink again, just like they did the week before. So I get it. When you lose, you're not the fans' choice. When you win, you're the fans' choice. Yeah. Kind of like my wife sometimes, you know. When I come home really nice and really positive and upbeat, I'm the best husband in the world. But when I come home pissed off, probably not the best husband in the world. But she loves me, and she stuck by me for 25 plus years. And EKU's fans love EKU, and they've stuck by EKU for however many years they've been.
And the last thing I got for you, Coach, is
there we are.
Yeah. Last thing I got for you is the culture aspect of it. You guys have been here now for several years. You've been able to instill the culture. I know the season's not done yet, but how do you feel going into this offseason? Because you're losing some guys that have been around for a while again. And so how do you feel the culture is moving forward with the guys that you have already planned to come?
Well, I mean, honestly, we're only losing 8 players. Now, I mean, Portal could take whoever they want to take and will take whoever they want to take. But, you know, Parker and Josiah are 2 that have been here for a long time. And then Mo's been here 2 years. Is that right, Mo? And Logan's been here 1 year. Bembry's been here 2 years. Frankie's been here 1 year. And then we're also going to have Jeremy Edwards and Ethan Besnardic go through it. So Ethan's been here, you know, for 4 years, and then Jeremy too. So I think, you know, I think we'll be fine. I think our culture, I think the one thing that people should be positive about it, even though our win-loss record's not where we want it to be, is our culture. I mean, if you know, and this, you know, you never know what happens on Saturday, so I'm not going to sit here and, you know, predict, but I mean, there ain't been a game that you could leave early and say that we didn't have a chance to win. So I don't think that's a culture problem. I think that's, you know, I've got to figure out how we have to get over the hump. And I think I've got some ideas, but, you know, I'm not going to share those right now. And how we can get better.
I was talking to someone about this the other day. Right now, I mean, granted, our record does not show it, but I feel like this is probably the best state the program's been in my time here. As far as the players on this team buying in, you know, the culture that Coach Wells has set for this program. You know, like I said, I think it's at an all-time high for my time here. You know, obviously there is a certain tradition that we're trying to get back to here at EKU, and Coach Wells is, you know, pushing us in the right direction. And, you know, I think he's going to get this program there. And, you know, I really can't speak on all of it, but I just know, like, as far as like the team and the players, everyone's bought in wanting to win. I think that's the biggest thing. Everyone wants to win. You know, all these losses are heartbreaking. I can't say anyone on the team has been talking about they want to go home for Thanksgiving, which, you know, in years past, obviously you hear some people talk about stuff like that. There hasn't been any of it this year. You know, everyone wants to keep playing, wants to win. You know, I think that's huge for our program.
Parker, have you taken time to think about the emotions of what's going to go on Saturday? You know, you've seen several senior days go through in your time here at EKU, and now this one's going to have a lot of focus on you. So first of all, congrats on the career at EKU, and how's it going to feel you going outside?
Yeah, obviously there's going to be a lot of emotions. Me and Mo, we were talking about it earlier. He was like, "Are you going to cry?" And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I hope not, but I really don't know, you know, exactly what it's going to feel like. You know, to answer your question, you know, obviously there's so many memories and stuff that I have from here, and it hasn't quite hit me yet, but I'm assuming Saturday all those are just going to come kind of flowing back to me, and it's going to hit me like a ton of bricks. And I'm super grateful for my time here, and just hope going into Saturday we can finish the season out on a high note.
And last thing I have for you, Parker, is your legacy is obviously already solidified at EKU. It's not something I'm sure you've thought a whole lot about throughout your career, but now that it is kind of winding down, have you thought about the impact that you've been able to have on the university and what you've been able to accomplish since you've been here?
Obviously, like it has, like, I've thought about it, and it just, I don't know, it really just hasn't all set in with me yet. It's something that probably, maybe later on down the years, I'll think back and really kind of look at it for full circle. But my whole thing is I've just kind of just tried to take it a game at a time, a play at a time. And now that it's kind of coming to an end, I feel like I've been here forever, but it also felt like it kind of went by in a blink of an eye. Which is tough. But obviously, like I said, I wouldn't have, rather played at a different university, and obviously great teammates, great coaches here. And I'm, super thankful to have been in the position I've been in for the last 6 years here.
Hey, Parker, this is from the radio crew, but do you have a favorite memory, or do you have a series of favorite memories of your time here at EKU?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, my time here, there's been just so many tight games that came down to the wire, whether it be a game-winning drive or, I don't even know, overtime wins. The biggest one that comes to my mind is obviously that 7 overtime win versus Bowling Green. The longest football game I've ever played in. I'm sure everyone on the team could probably say the same thing, I would assume. But I would say that one's probably, my fondest memory. Obviously, them being an FCS opponent, or FBS opponent, excuse me. And then just all the stuff the team was dealing with, with Coach Wells's stuff that was going on back then, just for us to be able to pull that win out. That's probably my fondest memory here.
I asked Ryan a few weeks ago about when you came in, coming from a smaller school, smaller conference, smaller, all that good stuff. I said, hey, did he look like D1 from day one? He goes, yeah, man, day one. I know you put on a lot of weight over the years and come over through there, but you came into EKU and made immediate impact on this team. Is it what you expected to do? And how did the season go compared to the way that you thought coming in?
I mean, obviously coming in mid-season, you don't really know what to expect. I mean, it's a whole different world going from like an NAIA school, like a small town community, into like an FCS bigger program. And obviously you see different things, with the portal, NIL, different opponents, all that type of stuff. I just came into it with an open mind and leaned on my teammates to get through that. I mean, the season hasn't been what we expected it to. I mean, obviously we make the playoffs last year, conference championship. So those were our goals. And we had some other ones also that we haven't reached, but I think there's a lot to look at this season at, and, be proud of. I mean, we feel like we're a really good football team. I mean, like Parker and Coach Wells said, I mean, the ball just hasn't bounced our way. I mean, we've lost in just about every painful way you can. I mean, in overtime, game-winning field goals, missing game-winning field goals. I mean, it's been an emotional ride, but I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything, and I'm thankful for this season.
And with one game left to go this year, SF Austin, of course, their record is not good, but they've lost a lot of close games as well. What's the one thing outside of a win? What's the one thing you want to accomplish in this game Saturday?
I just want to have fun. I mean, football is all about fun, and just going out there playing with my teammates for the last time, guys that I've gotten closer with all season and stuff, and just go out on a high note.
On your career, and one more game to go at least, and to wrap it all up. Obviously it didn't go as planned since you came to EKU with injuries as well, and you talked about that tough journey along the way, but most people talk about the relationships they build along the way. Who are some of the guys that you've been really able to connect with in your time here at EKU?
Parker has been one of my close friends since I got here. Dak from last year and all the 8 guys that are, well, 7 guys, including me, I feel like we all have a bond. And throughout the team, I just feel like this is like a close unit. This is one of the closest teams that we've had since I've been here. And we're always picking each other up and things don't go our way. And I feel like relationships built off of this year will last a very, very long time.
And there is a lot of somewhat negativity going on right now, just, how the season has gone. But you look at guys who are considering coming to EKU, what would be your pitch to them about guys that are considering coming in next year, whether it be incoming freshmen or transfer guys as well, that maybe from the outside we don't see, but at the inside, that as soon as they get here, they'll learn. Logan talked about it before too, and you've come in as a transfer too. So what would be that pitch to those guys that, hey, this maybe the record isn't what we want it to be, but the program is where it needs to be?
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off what you said, the record doesn't speak for itself of what Coach Wells and the coaches have going here. I feel like, you look at the past 2 years, you're 7-4, 7-5. And, this year, of course, you've had heartbreaking losses, but the culture inside the locker room and the connection you have with your coaches, it's a winning program. You want to be a part of something like this. You want to go win those ball games. And I feel like this is just the perfect place to be, especially if you're a transfer. You're coming somewhere, you want to win, you want to play, come here, come to EKU.
Folks, that's all the time we have for this Sports Live here at Madison County School Sports Television. Make sure you like and follow Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. Television services are provided by Abundant Hope Naturals in Southern Hills Plaza, Snappy Tomato Pizza up on Big Hill Avenue, and Prewitt & Sons Auctioneering and kymedia.net. Go out there, have a great sports day, Madison County, and support your team. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Madison County Sports Night Live on Madison County School Sports Television. Television production services brought to you by Abundant Hope Natural Smoothies. Best tasting healthy smoothies in Madison County. Snappy Tomato Pizza in Richmond on Big Hill Avenue. Pizza, wings, subs, and more. And by Prewitt & Sons Auctioneering. Need it sold? Get Prewitt & Sons Auctioneering. See you next time on Madison County Sports News.